Oh my gosh. This is Social Awkward with Evan Wecksell. The 1990 me right now is very excited for this next interview, and she still looks like she's from the year 1990. So this is very good. She doesn't age at all. And we went to high school together, middle school together. Taryn Kristal. Holy moly, how are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to get this out of the way right now. In sixth grade, when I gave you the Peanuts card and I slipped it into your locker, was there any initial reaction to that? Or was it, yeah,
It was very sweet. I remember it clearly. My boyfriend at the time having a problem with it.
yeah,
My goodness, but I
yeah,
defended you and that
good. I'm glad. I'm glad he never brought it up to me. Okay.
I'm surprised he didn't, but
Didn't. I mean, we've spoken at reunions since. Okay, that was the most awkward way I've ever started an interview. But we've known each other, I guess. Thing is, I only know you from like 90 to 97, and then we poked in once in a while. What I don't know, how's your creative arc been? I guess let's start off there. Like, how has it been? I know you were in LA,
yeah,
back East Coast.
I was. I
What's
always kind of did my own thing even back then and
yeah.
had my own scene. So one of the things that was super important to me, even going back to high school, was getting a turn to live out west, going to
Yeah.
LA, following that kind of dream. So I was fortunate enough to do that.
Yeah.
I went out, gosh, how old was I? 24. I
Because you were
literally,
Santa Monica, right?
I was in Santa Monica, and
Yeah.
then I found this amazing spot called Manhattan Beach. I don't know if you guys have ever.
Yeah, I've been down there once. Part of USC's down there, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
And I just said, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. I want to be a beach bum for a couple of years before I have responsibilities. I have a kid, the whole thing. So that's what I did. I was married at the time, and yeah, then I, got knocked up. And
Right. So we met briefly in 2008 again, because you saw the show I did with Kelly. She'll come on later. And then we just had, reunions. We've met up. I guess the most amazing thing is like you and a few of your friends from high school, you have these names like Taryn Kristal is like that's a brand, obviously.
oh,
Like,
is
was there ever a thought to start your own jewelry company as a Taryn Kristal? Like,
it? No.
it must be Jared. Like, no, there wasn't. Okay. That was a quick answer.
No,
No.
but there's always opportunity for that. My brother married a Taryn, so there's two Taryn Crystals. So I say I'm the T2.
Oh, okay. That's why, because I was trying to see, like, are you on Instagram? I'm like, I see Instagram, but it's your brother's face.
Yes,
So
I am.
that's,
But TJK, she took the Taryn Crystal, so we kind of have this.
oh.
My my namesake that was so branded is now shared. Thank God I love her.
So can you get her to like go to the DMV for you and like renew your license and get passport? Can she do all those like little tasks that you would, because
You think, right? But thankfully, or else it'd be awkward to use your name, your work, my brother, that we look totally different. She's a redhead, blue eyes.
yeah.
Um, we don't really.
Where is he? Is he in New
He
York?
he was in Manhattan this whole time. He was a die-hard pre-COVID guy, never leaving. This happened. He's now in Roslyn with his two kids. He came back to the motherland.
Yeah, I know
Mother.
Jordan Eisenstadt's in Roslyn Heights now. And there are others that they either go there, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Right, because we have Taryn Kristal, which I think is like that's a money name. Then I interviewed Molly Hott. Molly Hott, that's a
Best.
brand. She agrees. Then there's someone in our grade, Allison Snow. I mean, these are where did your parents all get together and be like, let's just create these Access Hollywood friendly names so that if they wanted to go that way, they can.
Yeah, probably actually. And we all are the same age. We all grew up in the same bubble. There was who else was there? Was because Allison Snow and I were super close growing up. So it was
Right.
always, and you're called by your last name, Great Neck. You know, that's like a thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, hot.
See, no one
Yeah.
called me. That was the thing. So I didn't have to worry about that at all.
Oh, that's not true for the record. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty, we had some good names. I'm fortunate for that. And original.
Right. My name Wecksell used to be Wecksellblatt. I think my grandfather changed it. I found a Taryn Kristalovich on Instagram. Do you know, have you ever come in contact with that person?
I have not. And she spells Taryn like me.
Kristalovich. Yeah, it's like you turned into a Russian figure skater.
Wow. Maybe she just wanted part of the brand. I don't know.
I think it'd be an offshoot brand. I feel like Ballers could come back for another season and they would just kind of start with this. I think it would be a great jewelry brand.
And it's funny because you look at it like that, but growing up, you probably shouldn't say this on the air, but
I can edit it out later, but keep it in.
The boys would say it's like a porn name.
Oh.
Right? It was like, it wasn't looked at as a jewelry brand.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, this adds that all of that has like some elegance, some like worldliness to it. So that's why I would say I feel like she just used Jared. No, it's a Taryn Kristal. Like that's what it was. Like whoosh, bling.
I'm embracing this.
Yeah, you should. You should create a whole fictional brand on social media and just create a phantom and just be the next Bernie Madoff, but for jewelry. Just says, yes, invest in my jewelry company. And it's in the Taryn Kristal brand again. So what have been, I don't even know which Taryn, I'm asking, I have like questions from like 30 years ago, or I have questions from now. Like, what were your big activities growing up? What were some of the things? Because obviously I've seen you on social media be flexible with your daughter. I'm assuming yoga is part of it, but what were some of your activities growing up?
So growing up, meaning adolescent, like high school?
Yeah, like high school or even like, college after college.
I've always been diehard into music. I can't sing and I can't play an instrument. I've tried, but just music, concerts, anything that is in that realm. Even, in high school when no one else was doing it, I was going to follow Fish and going to Dave Matthews before, all of that. So I've always continued my love for music. I definitely, when I moved out to California, got more into the wellness
right
route, yoga, almost 20 years I've been practicing that. And travel, anything exciting, in the last couple of years. Greg has a motorcycle, a Harley. I've never been, come on, I'm from Great Neck, I've never been a biker chick, but I really fell in love with that kind of world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, one time after high school, a year older than me, Seth Rosenblatt, I was behind him on a bike. He biked me down Lakeville Road home. That's about all I can say. That's the closest I've been to a motorcycle.
Yeah,
wherever the guy is. I could imagine it's similar. Where did all the music interest, like, why did you gravitate to Fish? Why did you gravitate to Dave Matthews? I mean, I don't know if you knew, I was hardcore. I discovered Bon Jovi like late high school. I would go back and forth with Ethan Foyer, who was all about U2. And then, Jordan would be Dave Matthews maybe, and a lot of other stuff. But what stuck with that music for you?
For me, it's a family affair. I mean, my parents took me to my first Dead show. I was all 10 years old and kind of followed. Music is a huge part of us, and it's in your soul. I always say it's like you can't learn music.
Yeah,
you can learn to appreciate it, but I just was born with a love for it. And I even dabbled in Theater South back in the day. So I'm like,
no way.
I'm hang around you guys. Yeah, I did stage crew. That was the extent.
Okay. Did you cross paths with Kelly? I guess. Did you guys?
Kelly was my girl for a while because I lived in Great Neck Estates. She lived next to Megan Alpert, which was one of my friends. And then I was friendly with Kelly's brother, with your
Eric.
brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I always admired her because she was the Theater South, goddess.
Oh, she's not here to hear that. We'll introduce her that way. Did you have then favorite musicals? Like, were there like favorite shows you liked during high school? Like, what were you crew for?
Gosh, I wish I can remember. I really don't even remember.
You
But
just like
I do remember I was crew for Asian night. Is that, I don't
yes,
know.
I think we had an Asian night. We did
We did. So
before it was cool. Yeah.
yeah, so I did that, and I remember being in the back, with like Mike Sirota and a bunch of these other guys. And like there was a room that you hung out in with these creepy couches, and
Yep.
I don't know. But I thought that if I can be around it enough, maybe osmosis, I'd learn to sing, or I could do something musical.
If you could take someone's vocals, who's, and you had like that magic spell, like whose vocals would you want to? I want to sing like that person. Like who's your favorite lead vocalist?
Artist,
Yeah, like an artist. Like
us.
yeah.
I love Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
Oddly,
I'll give you Carrie Underwood.
yeah, I like the little twang. I'm
Mm.
that southern draw in females, but honestly, I really listen to male artists. I don't know.
Who's do you have a male vocalist that makes you melt? I'll tell you the female one that makes me melt.
Who's
That actually was fitting. It was fitting for our year because that was our song for graduation that year. Yeah, what was it?
It was Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, oh, she's butter.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I'm gonna agree with you there.
I just did like hearing her and those songs that she released like junior, senior year, like can't beat that.
Ice Cream, it's the simplest song known to mankind.
Mhm.
Here's Ice Cream.
Yep. I bought the album Mirror Ball. I have the live Mirror Ball album of all those songs.
You're admitting this too on
I literally, and I have like all my CDs like in this cabinet underneath to my left, but what?
Do you have a CD player?
No, Kelly, we always had like in the last place, I didn't really play the CDs. I just saved all the CDs. So it's like, where is it? I'm gonna leave it. I don't know. These are like, here's like an old Bon Jovi single I have, like Say It Isn't So. So I have like a whole row of that stuff and row of other stuff just right here. And
my daughter has no idea what a CD is, a DVD,
no,
a cassette player.
it just thinks like, because what can you give to someone? Like, girl, I made you a Spotify playlist. I'm like, okay, I can't get to the link. How do I get on I gotta download the app. Like, I would just give someone the tape. I would make people mixtape. Did I do that? I don't know if I did that for, I don't know who I did that. I'm not gonna say her name if I got it wrong. Who's your male vocalist then? What's like best vocals for you?
Oh God. Best, it's tough. I love Bruce Springsteen.
Yes.
I love him, yeah, for so many reasons. And he's a storyteller. I don't know if he has the best vocals per se, but
Right.
um, he's up there. I love John Mayer. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
he's just like an angelic being. And now he's with Dead and Co, who happens to be my favorite. So it's just like a full collision of music orgasm.
Yeah, they had yeah, I like the first album reminds me of South when he says no such thing. I just feel like that is a walk through the halls of high school, like up there I am. William Shine, South Senior High.
Dave Matthew, William Shine. Oh my God. Go Rebels.
He's a rebel. He's a legend. So I want to go over some of the things like you told me about Rie Ryn, which I think it's great branding. I love the name. But when you and your friend just kind of got together and was like, let's create a clothing line.
So we were both kind of new moms. We met in a mommy group up in the burbs. I had moved back from LA to Westchester. You married back from Jersey, and on Long Island, that's like the neutral.
Right.
So I'm in this new place, this new girl.
Yeah.
And we just hit it off. We were both kind of looking for something to do other than being great moms, obviously.
Yeah.
And I've always loved music. Like I said, we were into yoga together, and I just had this idea to fuse the two worlds. So the concept of Rie Ryn was originally, it was called Yoga Tone, and it was a merging of like music and movement, if you will. And we got really clever with naming things with yoga poses. So, for instance, Fly Like an Eagle, which is a song with eagle pose,
Right.
yoga, all of that stuff. And then Carrie, who's my friend, she's the Rie,
Hmm.
she had the fashion background.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, so I was just telling her about the idea. She's like, I love it. Let's go for it. So we kind of went for it in our garages, and it was a great experience. It was 5 years or so, and
Hmm.
it's still integrated, and it kind of merged into a clothing line for women predominantly, and it was all about feeling good from the inside out. So
Hmm.
really positive affirmations and messaging, and yeah, we had a nice little run with it.
So it's still out there, or is it that kind of took you into the Resolvancy?
So no, we decided after a couple of years to go our separate way. We both found passion in helping other people, and
Yeah.
she went into therapy, and I went into life coaching and
Yeah.
relationship coaching, and um, now circling back with the Resolvancy, I've had the practice for a little while, and I decided to go brick and mortar and get a new office space.
Hmm.
And within that space, I've created an empowerment boutique. So Rie Ryn now lives again on these shelves because it's all the same kind of positive messaging, and I'm excited to put it back
So,
out.
my aunt's calling. 1 second. I'll decline that. Sorry, my aunt's calling during the interview. My birthday's tomorrow, so I sent you something in the mail, and just let me know when. Thank you. So now you have the Resolvency group. What is that? I mean, do you want to? You obviously mentioned on the website that is also helped to coach people. Maybe they're going through divorce, getting over it. Um, I mean, I don't know if you want to get personal about how did that inspire you from your own experience?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So so the Resolvency, yes, it does focus on divorce and being that emotional support component throughout
Right.
the process of divorce, and pre all the way to post aftermath. And I went through divorce myself,
Yeah.
and I didn't find that kind of support. There's the legal, and there's the financial, and there's all of that, but just having someone, your friends at some point don't want to hear you complain anymore, and
Right.
everyone's intimately involved in your situation. So just through that experience and taking what I learned, and I just became really passionate about helping other people on the journey.
Hmm.
And I got involved with something called Breakup Boot Camp, where there are retreats for women going through breakups, and I became a speaker and panelist and doing that. And I just said, you know what, it's time for me to bring this full circle and create something that can really help people. And I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It's really, really rewarding. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
good.
but
When you see, like, is divorce, did it seem like something like this was going to be on the horizon? Like you kind of saw the signs, or does it just kind of come out of nowhere? Like, is it different for different people? What, from people you've helped or who you've come in contact with?
sure. I mean, it's different in any case, and especially now with COVID, you can imagine if you were even thinking about, or there was issues, and now you're like stuck on top of each other with
Right.
kids. It's like everything's magnified. There's no escape, but it's also opportunity for people to really hone in on what they want. And for me personally, no, you know, it wasn't an immediate epiphany. I was married almost 10 years. So,
Yeah.
and you have kids,
Right.
that shifts a lot of stuff too. And sometimes you're just better as friends and parents. I mean, that's what my situation was. We're
Yeah.
great co-parents.
Yeah.
You know, so what I really work on is focusing, trying to guide couples so that they can have that amicable. It doesn't have to be so horrible like we see in the movies and crazy in the court systems and all of that. That all comes from cultivating your own self.
Yeah. And so then tell me now about, you got a hell of a ring on your finger. You're recently engaged. Like, tell me the greatness of how you met your current, your beau, your
My
dude.
bad.
Yeah, your
Um,
boo.
life is timing,
Yeah.
honestly. We had a friend reintroduce us, I would say. I met Greg briefly about 5 years before the second time we met. And
Right.
it was just, I don't know. We were friends. We were both kind of doing our own thing. I never thought romantically.
Yeah.
He likes to say he remembered my energy and it stuck with him. And, that's all sweet. And then 5 years later, I'm talking to a mutual friend of ours, and, I was going through my own stuff. And
Yeah.
he's like, you know what? I have someone for you. I'm gonna reintroduce you. I'm like, I'm not into it, the whole thing. And we met for coffee, and within 10 minutes, I was like, yep, all right, here
Boom.
we go. Boom.
Yeah.
We're different stages in our life. He's older than I am. He
Right.
has 2 kids turning 17, twins. So it's like a whole new world for me too,
Wow.
embracing, but it keeps it fun. And yeah, it's timing. So we've now bought a house together. We're back living in Long Island. Life's come full circle.
Does Long Island feel the same now? Like even with or without COVID, like does it feel the same like how it was like maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago, or
Well,
does
I definitely do not live in the same area. So Greg's a Syosset boy. We moved to Huntington.
Syosset boy? Oh my gosh, did you ever do lacrosse?
He didn't know because he was a
Okay.
bad boy and he was in boarding school.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's a good boy,
Yeah.
But Huntington is a whole new world of Long Island.
Yeah, I did open mics out there when I was starting. I'd go to like the Starbucks on Main Street,
Oh,
and there was another place up on Main Street where I did a show or two like early on. So I would always drive out that way. And
awesome. There's the arts, and so I'm a music person. I'm like, okay, there's
yeah,
the Paramount Theaters in Huntington, and it's a great
yeah.
venue. I'm like, I can work with this. There's water, there's music, and
Have
then
you
COVID.
seen anyone at Paramount? Have you been to any shows there?
I have through the years, but since I moved here in COVID, it's like
Yeah.
ghost town.
Oh yeah.
But it's starting to pick up, and life is happening again.
I took my sister to Melissa Etheridge at Paramount. So the timing worked out a few years ago over Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's a great show.
It's a cool venue.
It's awesome.
It's an amazing. I mean, the best we had on Long Island. I mean, I knew we had the Westbury Music Fair, but like in terms of bars, I mean, Mulcahy's was a big bar in Wantagh that
yeah,
I did my open mics at the Cup down the street. That was
nice.
Quaint little place.
I should have been following you more.
No, that's okay. You know what? If you really want to I keep a tab of every show I've ever done by date, so it's listed on in my archive online. But no pressure. In our first, so Kelly's being delinquent to our meeting, but that's okay. She has important things to do. But do you have any questions for me? This is our first time, obviously, having a real conversation. You thought we rode together on the bus. I don't think we ever were on the bus, but I do admire your friendship with it's cool to see you hang out with like Nicole Lyons, and then there's Lauren. Like you guys have just been friends since the beginning.
Yeah, when we all have gone our separate ways, and I think aside from Nicole, she's we call her like the honorary aunt.
Yeah.
That Laura and I have daughters who are the same age, Julie also. So, you circle back when we went through the phase of marriage and having kids and reconnecting. But yeah, we've always been pretty close. And who else do I talk to?
Has she ever taken you to Yankee Stadium, Nicole?
Has she been there? Sorry.
Has she taken you to a game?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
+1.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Is she gonna do this? She is gonna do this.
Hi, Kelly.
You look literally exactly the same as high school.
And so do you, to be honest.
Thank you. You haven't aged a minute.
Oh, well, I feel like thank you. That was Evan's nice introduction.
Yes. Well, she'll watch it back later.
Yeah, I missed it, but I will hear it later. Oh, good. My name changed to my name.
I changed it to your name, and she's already introduced you as the goddess of Theater South.
Oh God.
True. I don't even know if you remember that I did stage crew for a hot minute or two in high school, just because I thought if I did it, maybe I would, somehow get vocals and stage presence, but no way.
That's so funny. I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You could just lip sync to some of Kelly's things, and then we can just put that out
I'll
there.
send them to you.
That would actually be hilarious.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of hilarious or odd, we did this once before. Here's a book I wrote. We are from Long Island. We know of a sportscaster named Mike Francesa, who was part of Mike and the Mad Dog on WFAN radio. And I thought, you know what? I like him a lot. Let's have a read through of some of his most famous calls that are ridiculous.
It's just so weird. It's like such a weird thing that you decide that Taryn and I should do this. It's just really weird.
I think this has potential.
Makes it.
Yeah.
This is going to be something I'm going to do with every guest that I've had from our area. We are going to read through. You're going to come back on. And Kelly's frozen. Oh, good. She's already checked out. She's already... Okay, this is just to prove that we live together. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's here.
Oh my God.
Get away. Okay, I'm going to step off to the side.
We got to angle this so my face doesn't look weird.
Okay.
It looks
So
beautiful.
I'm going to step off to the side. I'll do stage directions. We are going to go to actors. We're going to go to page 19. This is actually a pretty long one.
Guess what?
What?
I can't hear her if you have those in.
Oh, you can't hear that? Yeah, here you go. Put one of these in yours.
Gross.
Don't worry.
I'm already bonding you as a couple and you don't even know it.
This is the most time we've spent together.
We haven't seen each other in years in person. It's
all right.
Over.
Okay.
Computer. Okay.
Where is 19?
19.
This is from Mike Francesa's Greatest Hits. I will be playing the stage directions. Kelly will be playing Mike, and Taryn will be the caller. The name of this call is 162 and 0.
Break a leg, Taryn.
Oh, you too, girl.
Thanks.
Okay. Interior radio station studio, spring 2015. Mike Francesa, a dignified and regal man in his early 60s, is sitting in the power chair of a radio station studio while being simulcast on cable television. He sports a black polo fleece over a blue button-down shirt. His silver vox hair is on fleek without any product, which is supplemented by his clear rimmed eyeglasses. His headphones are situated under his chin to avoid deviating any of his hair from its God-given purpose. In a more jovial mood, while scrolling on his phone, he in his authentic New York accent hum a few random notes and then take the next call.
Nick in New Jersey. What's up, Nick?
Nick sounds around 30 years old with a slightly sly tone, perhaps signaling that mischief is imminent.
Hey, Mike. I was just wondering with the Yankees and just baseball in general. Do you ever see a team going undefeated in the regular season and being as dominant as the Pats and the Dolphins, where they run the table?
What 162-0?
Yeah, like a team being that dominant. Do you think that could be a thing that could happen in baseball?
Yeah. You're not serious, are ya?
No, like we've seen teams.
So, wait a second. Wait. Have you seen anybody come close to 162-0?
Well, there was the Yankees that won more year that won 120, and that was.
Wait. The Yankees didn't win 120. They won 111 in the regular season.
But still, they're only 50 games away.
50, not a game. 50 games away.
Yeah, but they had 110 wins. They were
Right.
They were good, but they weren't as dominant as the Patriots or other teams that have.
Wait. So you think a team that you're comparing winning 16 games to winning 162?
Well, obviously football has less games, but they couldn't have won more games.
Football has less games. Really?
Yeah, like.
You think they have less games?
No, well, I know football has Yeah, it only has 16 games.
Right. They have 16 and the other has 162. So you think a team can go 162-0?
If they were that dominant, yeah.
You do.
If they had like Harvey, CC in his prime, A-Rod in his prime, Sale.
Right. Because the best team of all, now the best team of all time, I don't know what you consider the best team of all time. What team do you consider the best baseball team of all time?
Maybe that Murderers Row Yankee team.
Okay, now what do you think? Now that team played a 154 game schedule, how many games do you think they won?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, how many do you think they lost though?
How many do I think they lost?
Yeah.
Probably maybe 40.
Right. So how would you get from 40 to 0?
Well, they would need to be a lot better, obviously. I just don't think we've seen a team that's dominant enough to take control of the regular season like that.
So
I just think baseball has a lot of parity, where in football has less.
so you think if you won like 120 games in baseball at 162, that wouldn't be like dominant? That would be just what, like mediocre?
No. That's a great team.
Oh, okay.
I agree that that's a great team, but I just don't think it's the level of dominance.
Gotcha. So you think winning 162, you think it's feasible though?
I think it could be done.
Okay.
Mike looks to the caller monitor to realize he is dealing with a fool and is preparing to hang up on Nick.
Maybe in my lifetime.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, listen, let me know when it happens. Okay. Cause I want to watch. Let me know the year that's going to happen, because do you think a team can go 162-0? Do you think a basketball team could go undefeated?
I think that's inevitable.
Okay. That's a slam dunk, right? Because that's only half for 162 games. See, that's a slam dunk, right?
Yeah, I think that will happen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's actually been done, you know?
I think it is. I think it will definitely be done, Mike.
No, well, listen, the closest was,
I think basketball is inevitable.
because the Bulls, if you remember the year, the Jordan Bulls, they lost one.
Note the best the Bulls did was 72-10. Mike is overtly pulling the caller's chain.
Yeah.
Remember, they lost one that year.
Yeah.
Right, they were close. They lost one, and one of the Laker teams lost two.
Yeah, so that definitely shows you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, because that Bull team, they lost one.
Mike hangs up.
All right, Vay, I'm telling you, folks. John and Breezy Point. What's up, John?
Hey, Mike.
What's happening?
What mental asylum
I have no idea.
is he calling from?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Back after this.
Good. Oh my God, I've tortured her enough. Tara, that was very accommodating. That goes to both of you.
That was like 70 pages.
I didn't
That was
realize
like
how
a
long it was
70-page
until
call.
we did it.
Oh my God, my voice will never
You're
recover.
so good.
You did
I'm
great.
back in the WFAN booth.
Yeah.
You're a very realistic Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked Evan, I go, do I have to pretend? He's like, yeah, just be yourself.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's good. We'll go viral.
We will.
Any final words, Kel? Anything you wanted to talk to Taryn about? Or
Well, I'm excited to listen to this because I know what you've created business wise. I'm curious about it. I want to hear about it. I'm sure you talked all about it in the call. So I'm going to listen to this podcast, and you're beautiful as ever. And I wish you the best with everything.
You too.
Thank you.
Amazing family, and even your brother, like that I know.
All right. Take care. Here, I'm going to give this earbud back.
all right, cool. So places, thank you, hired talent. So where's some places people can go to check out what you're up to, online or social?
Sure, you can. My company is theresolvancy.com.
Okay.
My social, there's at the Resolvancy or TJK14 at Instagram is my personal.
Cool.
The other Taryn Kristal is the sister-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. I hope someone hears this, drops a line. I'm always open to talk to anyone and reconnect. It's all about connection.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, thanks for being able to do this. I mean, this originally, I got the idea because you came up to me at the last reunion And you're like, the podcast. I'm like, really? So thanks for doing this. And yeah, we'll see who else we can round up from our year in the future.
Awesome. And if you need anyone from my crew ever, just let me know.
Oh yeah, we will. So
Already
yeah.
had Beth, she was one of us.
Who was?
Beth.
Oh, Beth Confino.
Beth, Nicole.
Yeah, Beth previewed the reunion with me, and then Jenny B did the post game.
Right. And I think, did Beth go to your house?
Beth went to my house. Yeah, she sat in my parents. We were in my parents' basement. We were just like literally just going through shooting the breeze. Jenny B then came down to the basement too, and she also shot the breeze. So
Awesome.
not a traditional basement. My mom carpeted it, and there's like a ginormous TV that no one ever watches there.
Perfect.
Are your parents still in Great Neck?
They're not. No, they're in Westchester. And now that my brother and I are in Long Island, I think they're going to make the move back. Hopefully.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
My
you-
one other story with you was, I think we did in 6th grade, we had maybe a social studies project that we had to meet at the library for one day. And it was like, you, me, Danny Zaloof. I don't know where Danny is.
Oh,
but-
shit.
Yeah, that's okay. And it was like we all met up, but I think there was no one that had any of like what we needed for the project. But I was like, I don't care. I just got Taryn Kristal to meet me at the library. and then your dad showed up like, do you guys have anything? Like, no. So then he came and picked you up. So that's the extent.
What was that? 6th grade?
That was 6th grade.
Yeah, because then Danny went to North.
He did. I remember because he lived like around the block from me. He was like a block away from me. So
Yeah. then
I
he
never,
went-
I don't know. I've had no sign of him since. So
No.
we'll see.
Wow, it's so nice to see you again after all this time.
Nice to see you. If you
Yeah,
come back, if you ever pop in west, let us know. And if we ever pop in east, we'll let you know.
definitely.
And
if our
yeah,
meeting is viral, you know.
yeah, we'll tear up Main Street, and we'll show Huntington who's boss.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming on Socially Awkward. It was a pleasure, and yeah, we'll talk again.
Stay socially awkward.